Welcome guys, Jason Smith here, down at Bury Golf Range in Suffolk. So welcome to the Ping G425 Iron against JPX921 small series as such. So off the back of the 425 launch and the melee videos I did, I got loads and loads of requests for basically putting up the 425 against the JPX range. Necessary seeing, comparing what they do, don't and everything else. So let's go hit a few. Let's go not hit too many. We'll have a little chat about what they look like, what they feel like, and what the tech is involved in these two clubs. And we'll go do some proper real ball testing after we've done this. So let's go start with the Ping G425 first. Very much so similar look this year to last in the 410. It's the satin look. It's slightly thinner when it comes to top line, it looks, but again, it's because it's beveled, it's curved like this. It doesn't, when you look right down by the board, it looks quite thin, but when you get it up close, you can actually see it's quite chunky. But it's a different one because obviously the blade length this year is nowhere near as long. When I say nowhere near as long, they've just shaved a few mil off it, but when it comes to a game improvement iron, between the 410 and 425, it does look much nicer. Still got a bit of offset, mind. Again, we'll go back to the sound. Don't know if you guys can catch that on the microphone, but it is quite loud. So, yeah, we'll go hit another one before we go to the tech side of things. We'll just do a quick overview of what's inside this one, because it is different. They've put some bits and pieces in this year over last year to try and change how it performs. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if you guys are picking that up on camera, but it is a distinctly louder noise. And they've got a multi-material badge in the back there to try and stop the old noise. But I'll tell you what, let's go do the very quick tech to see what's inside this 425.
So it's now a much more extreme perimeter weighting from a tungsten screw and a hosel weight to expand the sweet spot of the iron. A speed generating face, variable thickness, Hyper 17.4 stainless steel face in a metal wood design to try and help off center hits. Added stopping power from a patented cascading sole and top rail undercut combines to form essentially a hinge to increase flexing in the face. A now new streamlined look, it's now smaller in blade length than the G410, yet retains 3% higher MOI, and now has a 3-piece multi-material badge in the cavity that helps dampen undesirable frequencies.
Tech-wise, it's changed obviously, but that multi-material badge in the back. Now, all the stopping power bits and pieces, all that idea, it works. It gets the ball nice and high in the air. However, for me, if you're a golfer that likes a larger, more explosive, punchier noise, then 425 might be your club, because it is quite loud. When I say loud, I mean it's not G700 kind of loud. That was like a hybrid going off. But Ping are saying that they are adopting wood-like face technology when it comes to the 425, in it being variable thickness and stuff like that. So making the face as thin as they are will obviously make it perform exceptionally well, and off-center hits will be very, very good as well. It just that sometimes it can make it sound a bit loud, hence the multi-material bit in the back. So we'll just go hit this last one here to see if it sounds anything different to the other 500 times I've hit it. Nope, still sounds the same. But again, sound guys is subjective. If you guys like a more of a powerful explosive sound, then definitely one to give a go. So let's go flick over now to the Hot Metal Pro, the one that I probably prefer when it comes to the Hot Metal series because of the looks and stuff. Let's go quickly have a look at that one and see how it compares to the 425. So as if by magic, flicky flicky, the head is now changed over. So shaft wise out of these, I've kept everything the same as best I can do. In all the Mizuno I've got the dollar taper 120 stiff, and in the Ping I've got the AWD 2.0 stiff. Now I'm not shaft sensitive guys, so before anyone goes on about differences or anything else like that, it's nothing to do with shaft. I've done videos on the past, me testing the difference between an extra stiff and a ladies flex, and it makes no difference for me because I'm not shaft sensitive. Most people are, I'm not, quite lucky. Anyway, Hot Metal Pro, this is the one that I probably prefer out of the lot, because if you look down by the ball, this one's got next to, I wouldn't say no offset, but very, very little. Not much whatsoever. Top lines look, again, thinner because of that chrome bar you've got in the back and also in the sole as well. You've got that chroming which does kind of take your eye away from the satin body, so it doesn't quite look as big as it actually is. Blade lengths are now, what's the difference between these two? I would say, yeah, the hot metal's smaller it looks. There's not much in it, to be fair. Hot Metal Pro looks slightly smaller. Right, so let's go give this one a hit to see what the audible difference and the feeling difference is between the two. It sounds slightly softer. There is a definite difference, is an audible, say crack, but there is not quite as much of a high-pitched noise, and I'm not sure necessarily if the camera is going to pick this up or not, and the microphone on my lapel, not sure if it will, but there is a difference. To the ear, it's quieter, which again depends if you like that or not. So I mean, remember guys, this is a game improvement iron. It's for the market which struggles with strike and struggles with distance and struggles with that kind of thing, launch, etc. So having an audible crack, an explosive punch, gives you kind of a different feel than if you're going to go for a bladed option. So anyway, let's go have a quick 40-second look at what the tech involved in the Hot Metal Pro is. Very much so, exactly the same as basic as a Hot Metal, but in a smaller chassis. Let's go have a look.
Mizuno's third generation commodity face, now up to 0.2mm thinner. Variable face thickness to try and promote better ball speeds for mishits. A new variable thickness sole design allows the leading edge to act as a hinge, resulting in greater face flex and ball speeds. Sounding much better than before, with increased number of harmonic impact ribs under the top rail, which help dampen any unwanted sounds. And also their new pearl brush finish, mixed with a little bit of chrome as well at the back, but not visible at address. And a redesigned stability frame for improved toe bias forgiveness.
There we go, very quick snippet of what's inside this. So basically, yes, exactly the same as what's in Hot Metal, really. Lofts are very, very similar, if not exactly the same. So it's just a smaller chassis, better looking one, Pro-like. That's the idea. So we have hit two more shots because I'm eager to see what the differences are with real balls, not range balls. But yeah, I mean, that's such a difference in sound. There is such a, it's so much, I want to say so much, because obviously let's not get carried away. But if we're looking at the differences in game improvement irons, this is a definitely softer feeling. Now they're both cast. This is chromoly, the chromium and molybdenum blend, against the stainless steel loveliness which is inside the Ping. The amazing thing you've got with Ping, before we do anything else when it comes to that, is the custom fitting ability on that one head. With that little cutout that you have on that Ping G425, that you have on most, if not all, of Ping irons since the dawn of time, you get huge amounts of range and custom fitting when it comes to lie angle. Amazing thing. One of, if not the only manufacturers of cast weaponry that can bend as much as that can. It's incredible. Right, last one. Well, I think these can only move sort of like a few degrees on each head. I mean, that's just such a different sounding thing. Feels so much softer. Does really. There is a definite difference between the Hot Metal Pro and the 425 when it comes to feel. Now, if you like dead, sound soft, not as noisy, definitely the 921 Hot Metal Pro is winning in that battle. But let's go in the custom fitness studio. Let's go get a load of balls with game balls, premium balls, not range balls. But let's go see what the performance differences are between the two clubs. So guys, now in the custom fitting studio after hitting a load of shots with the G425 and the Hot Metal Pro. Well, actually, to be fair, I've done all of them in one go. So I've got 4 clubs to do, 425, Hot Metal Pro and Forged. So rather than doing in order or whatever it be, you get tired. I done 5 of this, 5 of that, 5 of that one, 5 of this, 5 of that. So you do all that. So just in case I get a bit tired, suffer from a bit old madness that I'm getting slowly, it makes it nice and fair. So if I start slowing down, I start slowing down on them all. But I didn't, so that's one good thing. Anyway, let's go by the ball data for the 425 first. On average, 122.9, launching 19.1, spins at 6,000, so quite healthy. Going up 37 yards, descending at 49 degrees, which anything over 45 degrees, guys, is going to stop on nearly any green. Not on a runway. Concrete won't stop on that. You'd need 90. Yeah. 174 yards carry though. So again, very, very healthy. There was nothing wrong with that data set at all. On the last one there, you can see I hit it up at 43 yards. On the last one of the 425 data set, I thought, I'm just going to hit it high. Let's see how much workability I've got. Let's see how much height I can get on it. It's 43 yards in the air and 52 degrees of descent angle. There is a low spinner on there. You can see there 3,124. I caught it slightly high on the face. You can see there it's 7 mil high. And because of that 7 mil high, launch still exactly the same within reason, 0.6 of a degree high at 19.7. But it's dropped its spin through vertical gearing, and it effectively now has gone 180 yards carry, which is 6 yards longer than average. But remember, those averages, 174 yards, is made up of misses as well. So peak distances, yeah, they'll be up at about 178, 179, give or take, and that's gone 180 yards carry. The problem is that is going in like a missile. So stopping it would be another issue in itself. I mean, it's going at 43 degrees. That might have a chance of stopping, but only 31 yards peak height. There you go. But there's quite a bit of difference in fluctuation between high shots and normal shots. There you go. So let's go by the club head data. 91.6. Again, for some reason, I cannot seem to swing a ping iron or a ping driver, say normal speed, at 93 miles an hour. It's my normal 7-iron speed. For some reason, I do struggle with pings. At my normal effort, I'm not trying to swing slow, I'm not trying to swing fast. On my normal effort, I am swinging a golf club, a ping, at about 92 miles an hour, and then a Mizuno or Callaway or any other manufacturer 7-iron, as long as the shafts aren't different lengths, at 93. Yeah, make of that what you will. But yeah, so on average 1.34 efficiency, 2.4 degrees attack angle, 0.0 when it comes to path and face, again very, very 0-0, and 26.4 degrees on the dynamic loft. 6 mil toe, 1 mil low on average. Whew. Let's go quickly have a look at the miss hit though. So I've done a couple of miss hits. When I say miss hits, I purposely miss hit them. It's a great thing about when you come to doing just testing, you can say, well, I can try and hit this and try and hit that, and then just record what it does. 3 mil low, 12 mil heel. The 425, it does not like, the iron does not like low heel strikes. It loves toe strikes. Toe is one of the most forgiving clubs you'll ever find off the toe. Off the heel, it hates it. 168 yards carry. Remember, we were saying that on average it's 174, but peak distances, normal distances, because the 174 is made up of these misses, is about 178, give or take. This is dropping 10 yards from the strike, and it's also nearly carving off 10 yards to the right, considering the delivery is 0.0. So 0.1, 0.9, it is baby open. It should be missing a yard or two offline. It's nothing. That strike has done most of the work, taking the distance off and carving it off to the right as well. Conversely, that's the flight you get. Conversely, if you look at the other way and you go 4 mil low, 19 mil toe, which is worse when it comes to gross figures. It's 23 mil away from middle gross against the other one being 16 off the top of my head. Look at it. It's gone 166, so it's dropped distance. Yes, it has. It should do 19 mil away from, I mean, this golf club. There's not, I mean, I need to measure it. There's not, I'm basically hitting it off that dot. It's that far off of middle. And it's kept true. With a delivery of 0.5, 0.3, again, 0.0, it's finished 0.4 of a yard offline. So this thing does exceptionally well off toe strikes. Are you going to lose distance? Of course you are. 19 mil away from middle, you are definitely going to lose distance. There's no golf club on the planet that could do that, because you're hitting it 3/4 of an inch plus away from effective middle. It is a very, very, very good golf club. So let's go over now to the JPX921 Hot Metal Pro. On average, 125.7 miles an hour of ball speed, 18.1, so slightly reduction in the launch now by a degree or so off of the 425. Still spinning up though at 6,250, so it's about 200 RPM or so more than the 425, considering, remember, it is a degree stronger. It shouldn't do that necessarily, but yeah. Peak height 37 and then descending at 49, carrying 177. Club head speed on that one's 93, again standard 93 miles an hour. 1.35, 2.2 down, 1 from the inside, 1 closed, very, very 0-0, and 25.9 degrees of dynamic loft. So within reason, we'll go to the compare screen in a second, not much. And then 3 mil toe, 4 mil low. So within reason, 7 degrees gross off. Hardly anything whatsoever. There are a couple of shots there that I want to highlight on the Hot Metal Pro with just how good potentially this golf club is. Delivery, 0.6, 1.1 from the closed for 0.6 on the inside. Contact, 7 mil toe, 14 mil low. That's really low. That was, I'm glad I made contact with it. Didn't really fuzz my fingers. I'm glad I didn't hit it with the blade because that would have hurt. And that's gone 170 yards carry, 3 yards offline. that's like ridiculously good. Wow. I've got another one for fun. This one, it was 2 mil high, 17 mil toe. So just 2 mil away from the same one I did on the 425. And that has gone 173 yards carry and 1.5 yards offline. Wow. These game improvement clubs are toe strike loving at the moment because they are just so forgiving off the toe. And to be fair, the distance drop off is not as much. So let's go have a look at the compare screen between the 425 and the Hot Metal Pro, so you can actually see a true like for like. If you ignore necessarily the top right hand side face impact screen, then they look further, they were closer than that. Foresight, fix it, will you? Thank you. Let's go by the club head bits first. So 1.34 efficiency on the 425, 1.35, but I mean that could be rounding of 0.005, rounding up, yeah. Head speed, about 1.5 miles again. Same thing. Always swinging other manufacturers' irons about 93, about 92 or so with the ping. There's half a degree in it between dynamic loft. There's 1 degree in it static, so next to nothing. Dynamic lie very similar, face angle very similar, path within reason very similar, attack angle very, very similar. And then ball data, you've gone 122.9, 125.7. So there is a jump. There is a distinct jump. It's nearly 3 miles an hour from a 1.5 or 1.4 mile an hour jump. So yeah, that could be a face thing. 18.1 launch, so it's launching a degree lower in the Hot Metal Pro. It is a degree stronger, remember, but spinning more. So it's carrying slightly further by 3 yards. And if you look at the dispersion rings, they are equal. There is no difference in dispersion between those two whatsoever. If you moved the yellow up a little bit to the red, it would basically just encompass it. It's exactly the same. I hit the red one slightly left on average, and I hit the yellow one slightly right on average, but they're so close to the midline, it makes no difference. There is so little to choose between these two golf clubs, it is ridiculous. This is the actual, possibly, the best like for like you're going to get. The Hot Metal Pro against the 425. The Hot Metal is more the 710 idea, the chunkiest against the chunkiest. And then if you're going to get into the Forge, which we'll do next, it's a bit of an unfair fight when it comes to Field Brigade. So choose what you want out of those. Out of the two, I would say I would go with the 3 yards extra. But again, if you do this test, you've got slightly more potential from the Mizuno, but it's tiny. Do the test 5 times, you'll get 5 different results possibly. Both of them are very, very forgiving. They offer distinct differences in feel and looks, which is something that subjectively you guys can test yourself and see which you prefer. Performance, yeah, you pick. Comment below if you can pick next three. There's not that much difference between these two. So anyway, hope you liked it. If you did, give it a little one of those thumbs up. That's great. Next to it is a little red button. If you have to say a little subscribe button, subscribe. If you can click that one, that will do me a right favour. And next to it, a little bell icon. If you can click that one, that'll let you know next time I upload another video. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're well, and we'll see you again soon.